Good morning, everyone. So, today are we all set for the group discussion? We're all set for group discussion? Yes. So, in case, as I see, not everybody is present, in case if your group member is absent, that's his or her responsibility. Do not worry about that part. What's the number of people are present? We'll do our group discussion in that way. Am I clear? Right? So, we will begin with group number 1, 2, 3, and then again 1, 2, 3. I hope you remember that we have we have eliminated the time for thinking because the topics were given beforehand. So what you need to do is you just need to uh, begin the group discussion. So instead of 15 minutes of group discussion, we have 20 minutes for each group. We have time of 20 minutes for each group, right? Wherein you have your uh, group discussion. Do not worry, 20 minutes is a limit which I'm giving you. If you end at 12 minutes or 15 minutes, it is fine, right? 2 3 minutes, or let's say up to 5 minutes for your conclusion, and then 5 minutes of feedback from the other two groups and from the teacher, right? That's how we will work. So approximately for one group we have 25 to 30 minutes, but that's a boundary that we have. It's okay if we finish in less number of minutes, that's fine. Right, we'll keep the order 1, 2, 3. Right. So what I'll do is, for your convenience as well, what I can do is I'll display the topics that have been given to you. So in case in between other group members or you forget what you are discussing on, you can have a glance on the screen and you'll have your topic there and you can have a look at it. All right. So today we're going to practically do group discussion. So 2 minutes of time first given to group number one to set up everything, like switch on your mics, take your notes, things like that, and you start. Once you are ready, you start. I'll not be giving any instruction. This is now like what we or what people actually do in the recruitment process. I'm giving you 1 or 2 minutes to switch on your mics, be prepared, and then any one of you start with the greetings and by telling the title, and then you can move forward with your group discussion. So I wish everybody good luck with the group discussion. Do not worry, you have prepared it, so you can present it well. Have that confidence in your voice, right? You have been doing very well, exceptionally well, in every quiz, every test, every task that has been assigned to you. So even in group discussion, do not worry, right? You will be able to do very well. Fine. So I hand it over to now group number one. Right. It's 2 minutes of setting up, and then you can begin the group discussion. Good luck, group one.
Good morning, ma'am.
Very good morning.
Ma'am, can we start?
Yes, if you are prepared and everybody in the group is ready, we can start with your group
A
discussion.
minute, I'll ask in the group.
Okay.
Hello. Good morning, ma'am. We are starting now.
Yes, please, you may begin.
Okay, so basically we are five in group. That is me, Viti, Jinal, Ishan, and Vrunda. We are going to discuss on the topic coronavirus impact on global economy. And here I'm starting. The coronavirus pandemic, which was first detected in China, has affected people in 188 countries. Its spread has left business around the world counting cost and wondering what recovery would look like.
According to the International Monetary Fund, the global economy is expected to shrink by over 3% in 2020, the steepest slowdown since the Great Depression of the 1930s.
Amid the coronavirus pandemic, several countries across the world resorted to lockdowns to flatten the curve of the infection. These lockdowns meant confining millions of citizens to their homes and shutting down businesses and seizing almost all the economic activities.
Many people have lost their jobs or seen their economy cut due to the coronavirus crisis. Unemployment rates have increased across major economies as a result. The pandemic has pushed the global economy into a recession.
Although it says that the coronavirus has plunged into the world or like a crisis like no other, it does expect global growth to rise 5.8% next year if the pandemic fades in the second half of 2020.
Oh, and the travel industry has been badly damaged. With airlines cutting flights and customers canceling business trips and holidays, many countries introduced travel restrictions to try to contain the virus.
Governments around the world have pledged billions of dollars for a COVID-19 vaccine and treatment options. A number of pharmaceutical firms are in a race to develop and test potential drugs that could help nations get back to normal.
IMF projects a decrease in food prices by 2.6% in 2020, which is caused by supply chain disruptions, border delays, food security concerns in regions affected by COVID-19, and export restrictions.
Due to lockdowns in China, followed by in US and Europe, the demand for industrial metal reduced as factories shut down. As per IMF, China accounts for roughly half of the global demand for industrial metal.
In India, the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan package provides relief to medium, small, and micro enterprises in form of increase in credit guarantees. Many advanced economies in the world have rolled out support packages.
I would like to conclude the discussion. As economic activities resumes gradually, the situation will take time to normalize as consumer behaviors change as a result of continued social distancing and uncertainty about how the pandemic will evolve. Thank you.
Thank you, students of group 1. So, group 2 and 3, one by one, you need to give feedback for this group. One person from group number 2, can you please give a feedback to group 1? Are we awake? Did we have our morning tea, coffee, milk, Bonvita? Yesterday was a little rainy and gloomy day. Today is a little bright. I am trying to motivate people to speak, okay? That's how a teacher can do it. Fine. So by the time you think of the sentence, what I'll compliment you with is now you look at the time. Okay. Don't worry, we are doing it for the first time. I'm just trying to help you with that when we think that we have more than enough time, I don't think it hardly went over 7 minutes or 8 minutes, not more than that. Okay. 5 to 7 minutes. What was the time given to us? 20 minutes. Like please do not take this as a criticism, but take this as an opportunity that when you will sit in the group discussion, when the actual group discussion process takes place, when you go for your interview, now see the time spent. Right? One thing that we need to take care is the time spent. Do not worry, because it's not going to be only you. The other two groups also, I am quite sure, not going over than 10 minutes. Right? So it's just what I like you to observe as a person, the time span. Right? For us, we think that, five of us speaking, will speak 2 to 3 minutes. It would be almost 13, 15 minutes. Right? It does not work that way. Right? It's an actual experience that I'm trying to help you with, so that you understand the amount of information you require. Right? That's why I have given you two topics for group discussion, not one. Right? One, information that you provided was excellent, exceptionally well. You had percentages, you had facts, you had figures, you have examples from various countries across the world. Right? Because you were asked to look at the economy across the world, right? So you did not just stick to one example, you gave various examples and a variety of it. That was an excellent preparation from your part, but the time is a little problem here, what I'm trying to say. So don't worry, we'll work it out. Let's see what group 2 and 3 do, right? So that we can think together that what are the points that we are missing and what can we join. Yes, Mehak has a question. What will the global economy be like in the next 2-3 years from now? Are you asking the question to me or to the group? Okay, he's asking the question to group 1. Remember, Mehak, yesterday, I think you are trying to give them a point. Or are you asking a question?
I'm not getting you, ma'am. What are you saying?
I'm asking whether you are asking them a question or are you giving them a point to include in their discussion?
No, ma'am. I'm asking the question that you have asked us to ask the question. That's why.
I have not asked you to ask questions. Remember, yesterday only we gave a test where group discussion, you don't ask questions, you give a feedback.
Oh, yes, yes.
Right? So, like what Mehak has suggested, could be one of the points that they can include in their discussion. That's very, thoughtful of you, Mehak, that you gave them a point that they could have included. Right? So, I'd like you to, okay, you have included. They have included the point. Fine. Any other feedbacks that we have? So we've got an answer that the global economy in the next 2-3 years, it is expected to shrink by 3%. Great. Do we have any other feedbacks? Okay. If no, then let's move to group 2, topic 1. Group number 2. You've got 2-3 minutes for setting up, and then you may begin.
Hello, ma'am. I'm audible.
Yes, group
Hello.
2, you may start. Yes.
Hello.
I am.
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning, everyone.
I am
Yes.
Hemant in our group.
Hello, friends. Can I start the GD?
Yes, you may begin the group discussion.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Today, our topic is some controversial topic that COVID-19, how India fared in fighting coronavirus compared to developed countries. According to me, as compared to many developed nations, India is a much better position due to its holistic and quick decision. When India had 550 coronavirus cases, India went for a 21-day lockdown for the first time for prevention of the spread of the coronavirus. On the other side, US went for lockdown when they had 925 deaths due to coronavirus. So, in terms of this lockdown, I think India is really approaching well.
WHO also said that India has a tremendous capacity to deal with the pandemic, as India has experienced of eradicating smallpox and polio.
COVID-19 first case in India is registered at 13 January 2020. After that, first 100 cases after the first 45 days, and India has reached 100 to 1,000 cases in 12 days. It took 64 days for COVID-19 case in India to touch 1 lakh from mark of 100, taking longer period of time than other countries such as US, Spain, Italy, which has been hit hard by pandemic according to data by shared by Health Ministry and World Meters. US coronavirus infection increased from 100 to 1 lakh in 25 days, while in 30 days to reach 1 lakh for Spain. Also for 35 days for Germany and 36 for Italy.
India's fight against the COVID-19 outbreak has been unique. Clampdown have been imposed much earlier than in many countries, including China, which failed to contain the spread of the virus. But the real test of India, curbing community transmission, has just begun. While India placed travel relatively early and many states quickly shut off access to public places, the country's high population density, overburdened public health infrastructure, high prevalence of non-communicable disease, and the prospect of transmission from younger people to the elderly in joint families all stack the odds against effectively containment.
On 2020 March, 2020 March, India has observed 14 hours volunteer public curfew at instance of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It is followed by mandatory lockdown in COVID-19 hotspot and all major areas to break down the chain of COVID-19. Further, on 24 March, the Prime Minister ordered a nationwide lockdown for 21 days, affecting the entire 1.3 billion population of India. For 14 days, 14 April, India extended the lockdown till 3 May, which was followed by 2 weeks extension, starting 3 and 17 May with a substantial reduction from the 1 June. Government started unlocking the country in 3 phases.
Unfortunately, the testing here in India is very low, almost nothing. This is partially due to the cost of test kits imported. So it's obvious that the cow keeps on growing for some more days. The biggest problem here with people is they don't understand the danger and still keep roaming on streets.
Yes, I agree with you. According to data, at the lockdown, there were no much cases of corona as compared to the current situations. In many of the other countries, the coronavirus has vanished.
As Face said, many of the countries. I am giving some examples. When Taiwan registered a case of COVID-19 of city of China, he was locked the flight of China and contain the onboard containment and rise of the mass testing and social distancing rule. And other South Korea is the only one who has flattened the curve of the coronavirus without a lockdown in just 20 days.
Yes, but in India, many of the peoples are not aware about that. They are roaming without the masks and sanitizer.
According to the Health Ministry of the India, has managed to bring down the growth of the COVID-19 curves of 24.3% in pre-lockdown period to 3.8% during the lockdown unlock 1.0.
Also, the number of deaths occurred in India are less compared to the other countries which are developed, like USA, Italy, and all.
When COVID-19 started in India, India has started manufacturing of PPE kits. Before the COVID-19, PPE kits is no making many. After the COVID-19 occurs when coronavirus outcomes, and now India is second largest manufacturing of PPE kits globally. In India, in June month, 4.5 lakhs PPE kits is made daily, and over 600 companies companies in the countries are certified to manufacture PPE kits accordingly.
Yeah, true. Anyone say what's the population of India?
What phrase?
Population of India.
Around 1.3 billion.
Yeah, 1.130 crore approx. If the cases are around only 1 crore, for example, then it's less than only 1%. So according to me, India is more in control situation.
Yes, please trade. Today, in India, today till the day, coronavirus case is 31 lakh 67,323, and for the corona 58,319 are diseased from coronavirus, and now 7,448 active cases of coronavirus in India.
Brother, these are not record of India. It's a whole global record.
Oh, sorry. After the unlocking of lockdown, many states are lockdown. 1 minute. After the unlock, many states are reapplying lockdown, like Tamil Nadu, Assam, Telangana, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Mizoram, Bihar, Maharashtra, Nagaland, Himachal Pradesh, or many other.
Now let's draw our attention to the COVID vaccine. Developed countries have been developing the vaccine, but India is still far not developed one.
The conclusion of the group discussion is that India is very high highly approach to fight against coronavirus and other than compared to developed countries. India has India was locked down in just 70 cases registered in India. India can much better than developed countries, but India has some problem and some citizen cannot take coronavirus as seriously. So coronavirus registered as many cases of India now. Thank you.
Thank you, Group 2. That was quite useful, very informative, and time was more than 10 minutes. That is appreciated. It's a Group 1 and Group 3. What is your feedback for them? Group 1 and 3, if you wish to give some feedback to Group number 2. Thank you, Mehak, for the feedback. Anybody else? Fine. This means now it's time for Group 3. I'll turn the slide and so that we can have the topic for Group number 3. Group 3, you may begin when you are ready.
Good morning. Hello, everyone. Our topic is social distancing, a new order. What is social distancing and why it is so important in today's world?
Uh, COVID-19 spreads mainly among the peoples who are in close contact within a 6 feet for a prolonged period. Spread happens when an infected person cough, sneeze, or talks, and droplets from their mouth or nose are launched into the air and lands into the mouth or a nose of people nearby.
In recently studies indicate the people who are infected but do not have symptoms likely also play a role in the spread of COVID-19. How should we maintain this?
We should not go outside of in this pandemic situation, but in case of emergency situation, when we have to go, one should always maintain 6 foot distance between one another.
Stay at least 6 feet away from others. Always wear a face mask when in public.
Avoid gathering in groups. Limit time spent in crowded places like grocery store, markets, and etc. What is all about today's world while maintain social distancing.
As we enter this new world, an unpredictable phase of the pandemic, we are inundated with guidelines about how to keep ourselves and our family healthy and virus free. Yet, key items of the list social distancing poses unpredicted challenges to our mental and emotional well being and requires consideration. The risk may be especially high for our children and suddenly cut off our schools and to the friends. Okay, so can we conclude our discussion by some points?
Social distancing does not mean emotional distancing. Use technology to connect widely, clear routine and schedule 7 days a week at home. Don't go overboard.
So group 3, you have concluded?
No, ma'am, it's there, but might be
Yeah.
he is not on the mic.
Okay, fine. I'm waiting for it.
Anthan. Breeze.
Exercise and physical activity daily if is possible.
Learning and
And
intentional engagement, books reading, limited internets.
Positive family time, working to counter negativity, alone time, outside if possible, but inside too. But remember, don't isolate.
Focused meditation and relaxation. Remember the things that you really enjoy doing, that you can do in this situation, and find a way to do them.
Limit exposure to TV and internet news. Choose a small window and then find a way to cleanse yourself of it. Bathe daily, if possible, to reinforce the feeling of cleanliness. Thank you so much.
So thank you, group number 3. So group 1 and 2, do we have some feedback for them? See, your classmates are really nice people, okay? No feedback. Excellent. So what I'd like to say again, just like group number 1, thank you, Mohammed Faz. I don't know whether to call you Faz or Mohammed Faz, so I'll take the whole name. Thank you for giving a feedback, at least an honest one. That was great. So first thing that I would notice is the time. As I said, you have to keep a watch on the watch. Secondly, as Faz has already informed us that it was going out of track. We're talking about social distancing. We're not talking about how you take care when you are isolated at home. So, like, the focus has shifted from the topic that was given. Right? Now, let us be a little realistic. So, most of us would ask, Madam, itna sara to bola. We spoke so much, but why only so much, so less time? Now, what is happening is you are individually giving your opinions. You are not connecting with somebody else's opinion. 1. 2. What happens is by the time you come to the end of your group discussion, within this 5-7 minutes, the audience's attention shifts from what you are speaking. And that is why I feel that they are not able to give feedback. As I said, the beginning should be strong. And it's like the cricket match. If the opening pair does good, it would be quite beneficial. Similarly, the group discussion should open in such a way that people remain engaged till the end. Okay, let me give you a very simple example. I'll take examples from both the let me say all the 3 groups. I'll be giving the example. First, people, we talked about economy, right? So how do we start with economy? We may start with a little story. Let's say, hello everyone, and you give the topic. I'm talking about the second sentence that you can frame, okay, or you should frame, or you must have framed something. You can begin with a small story. You may say, like after the greetings and giving the topic, you may say that, nowadays, whenever I open my purse, there's this weird feeling that I have. My 500 rupee note does not want to stay in the purse. It keeps jumping here and there. And before I can catch hold of it, it's all spent. You know what's happening nowadays? This sudden situation which has come has put us all into a shock. And the same thing has happened with the economy worldwide. You talk about money and then you move to economy. So then someone else will also say, you're very right. Even the monthly budget of a house is shaken to its foundation. What about the country and what about the world? Do you know there is a drastic rise in the price of silver and gold? Oh my God, I never imagined such things to happen. Something like that. You connect. What the first person said, you connect. Remember, you have this beautiful, I don't know if you look into the newspapers now, you are free, you may have time. If you see the Saturday newspaper, the kids' paper that comes, the supplement paper that comes with the main paper, it has a join the dots. When you join the dots, it becomes a beautiful diagram, beautiful picture, and you can color it. A group discussion is quite similar. You join the dots. When you join the dots, it will turn into a larger vision, right? Now most of the groups, what you did in the conclusion also is not what you are supposed to do. You concluded, you spoke out each and every point. Instead of that, you could have summarized it in one or two sentences, not by saying that this is what the problem is. Then you can say, in every sector, let's say I'll take one by one each topic, do not worry. Okay, for topic one, what I would conclude would be, now it's not that only India is affected, but it's a worldwide effect, and you can see it in each and every sector, be it the share market, be it the gold market, be it the silver market, be it the other market. And you could have pointed out, instead of saying that the economy is going down somewhere, right? See, please remember, these are a few more points that you can include. What I'm trying to help you with is, what you are doing is exceptionally good. Okay, wherever I have been teaching, students hardly speak a few sentences. You have done your work well, but how do you improvise is what we are talking about. Okay, now group number 2, what I liked about your group discussion was you kept on tagging each other. That little tagging was happening. What I'm talking about for group 1 and 2, in group 2 it was happening. Group 1 and 3, what I'm talking, right? So yes, brother, I this is my opinion, I agree to your opinion, right? That was exceptionally well done, and that I did not have to explain, and you understood and you did it. That was good from your part, and your time was, as compared to the other two groups, you spoke a little more, but still more is what is required. So you begin also nicely. One of the other alternative beginnings would be, India is the country of warriors. We are known for various wars we win or we lose. But India has this fighting spirit, right? So we have fought so many diseases. What is this new disease? India is also a country of curiosity, trying to find out what it is, what can we do about it, and then you can go along. This is one of the other alternative beginnings that you can give to your group discussion. Now, group number 3, social distancing, a new normal. Okay, you could have started with on a lighter note by saying, what I feel about the topic is, the topic itself is ironical, or it is a pun in it. You want us to be social and you also want to have distance. Being social means you cut the distance. But now this new word is so ironical, but yet so important in the present scenario. Right? Actually, like some of the other person would, join in and say, it is actually a teenager's dream come true. We are connected over social media, but we don't want to meet anybody in person. The young teenagers of this century, we don't like going and meeting people. We have our own terms and conditions. We have our own choices. and then you could have continued. Okay, so what I'm trying to help you with is right now, you have got excellent points, but how do you connect the points? How do you make it a little look like a discussion and not individual opinion giving, a more connection? So you, because I told you that you can call the person by name, you know the person, so you could have said, okay Vishwa, what is your view, have you had some experience of getting the economy going down? Then she could have said, I read in the newspaper that the economists are telling that the global economy in the next few years is going to shrink by 3%. I cannot even imagine such a situation. And then somebody will say, Vishwa, you rightly pointed it out. Few days back, I was watching on the television when they were also discussing about the economy. Where will the economy go? And in a country like ours, we don't know what to do. So many people. Now, unemployment is also a part of the economy. Remember, when people get unemployed, when you lose your job, the economy will be affected. So I think there was some prediction made for almost 25 to 45% of people over the world losing their jobs. So you could have added that information, right? So make it sound like a group discussion. And please, other groups, you unmute yourself and give a feedback. Why is a feedback important? Feedback is important so that the group can know where they performed well and where do they lack. Okay, you're supposed to help your friends in the true sense, right? What I did, you were supposed to do. You were supposed to tell them. Right? So just don't type. Move out of that lazy mood and scroll your hand over the mobile phone or the laptop and unmute yourself and speak. This is a chance I'm giving you to speak. I know you are missing the classroom. Okay, had it been a classroom, it would be chaotic. I would be yelling at the top of my lungs. I know it. Even we are missing you in the college. Okay, we are missing you. I'd really love to see everybody face to face from this class. But at least take this opportunity when the teacher is allowing from her side for you to speak. Right? I understand people would be yelling, and I'm really waiting for the day when you have to come back from your home to college. Okay, it would be a historic day. Type the if you have seen the movie Mehuna, that person when he goes to the library, he rings a bell. You might also have that kind of a feeling. Ringing the bell, thank God, college is still there, the building is there, nothing changed, right? So take this opportunity online when the teacher is asking you to speak. Okay, usually teachers ask you to shut down. They say keep quiet, quick quiet. I'm asking you to speak, right? So I hope, well, let's do one thing. We also have topic number 2. I'm giving you all 10 minutes of time, though we are not supposed to have preparation time over here, but I'm giving you 10 minutes of time to recollect, reconsider how you want to work on topic 2. I hope you'll be including all the points from other groups who did well, and you may try to reframe what you had to speak or the order you want to reframe. Will that be fine? Can we have 10 minutes of a little refreshment time where you refresh yourself when you put behind topic 1 and now you focus on topic 2? A yes and no will help the teacher. I think I take this as a yes if nobody replies a yes and no. Yeah. So 10 minutes of time given to everybody right away, right now, all the 3 groups. Yeah. 10 minutes given to you. You think about it. Okay. You think about your topic 2 and then we'll start all over again. Do not worry if it is 10 or 12 minutes. That's excellent. In the first 2 group discussions, taking 10-12 minutes would be excellent. Extremely excellent. Okay. So 10 minutes given to you. After 10 minutes, I'll again unmute myself and I'll announce for group 1. I'll change the slide as well. Right. 10 minutes given to you to think and rethink about the topic that you have been allocated for group discussion number 2. Okay. Okay, I hope we are now ready with group 1 beginning again. I hope we are ready. Group number 1. Group 1, can somebody reply to me? Are we ready or we need few minutes? Yes, Vishwa. I think there's some disturbance from your side. I'm not getting what you are trying to tell me. Clarity of voice is still not there. Maybe some technical fault. I don't know. If you can draft a message, it would be better if you can.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, it's much clearer now. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Can we start?
Yeah, you may start.
Okay. So to start off with the vision and mission to put Indian economy on the wheel of high growth, the Indian government launched the Make in India campaign. The project aims to attract business from around the world to invest in manufacture in India. Since Make in India is primarily based on manufacturing industries, it demands the setups of various factories. Usually, such projects consumes a hell lot of natural resources such as water, land, and etc. on a larger scale.
Make in India campaign is going to increase the share of manufacturing sector in GDP from current 15 to 16% to 25% till 2022 and creating 100 millions of jobs in this sector by 2022.
This campaign stresses on 25 sectors with emphasis on job creation and skill development, which increases people's purchasing power, leading to poverty eradication and expansion of consumer base for companies. With the help of this campaign, employment will increase manifold for over 10 million people in India.
This campaign will make India a key part of global value chain and unfold numerous opportunities for other countries as well. In order to manufacture in India, a particular industry requires a promising location, a set of machinery as well as factories. To fulfill the requirement, not only the area's tourism would be improved, but also the neighboring location will be highly benefited.
Due to the Make in India campaign, small manufacturers will provide with a real shot at business with companies investing in such small time retailers from all around the world. The brand value of Indian merchandise will increase dramatically.
India, being an underdeveloped country, obviously lacks various latest mechanisms, which is a big hurdle in the path of development of the nation. Hence, India will be given the opportunity to make use of the latest technologies these countries bring along with.
Make in India will also result in rapid industrialization and urbanization. The Make in India scheme strives towards establishment of industries in backward underdeveloped areas.
I agree to what Jinal said, and I would like to add that with Asia developing as the outsourcing hub of the world, India will soon become the preferred manufacturing destination of most investors across the globe, as India is rich in natural resources and labor is a plenty in India due to high rates of unemployment among the educated class of the country. So, Make in India campaign will help to harness this demand and boost the Indian economy.
The most negative impact of the Make in India campaign will be the only agricultural sector in India. It is a well-known fact that Indian territory has 61% of cultivable land. With the introduction of industrial sector, the agriculture in India will be neglected somehow.
The Make in India campaign is also going to affect the Indo-China relations. The Indo-China relations is already a problematic cause for the country with the initialization of Make in India thrust. India stands as one of the most promising rivals for China. It is possible for the situation to become worse among the two economically growing countries with the success of Make in India.
So, to conclude with, Make in India is an opening statement doors. Multiple enterprises are adopting it. The world's largest democracy is well on its way to become the world's most powerful economy.
Vishwa, I would like to add some points. Since Make in India is primarily based on manufacturing industries, it demands the setup of various factories. Usually, such projects consume the natural resources such as water, land, etc. on a large scale. With the rapid devouring of such precious resources, India might be left with zero opportunity to replenish them, threatening the survival of such a large population in the near future.
Indian economy constitutes of three sectors, that is agriculture, industry and services. Now the Indian economy measures up for the service sector which contributed up to 57% of the GDP. But with the introduction of the Make in India campaign, the economy is likely to rely completely on the manufacturing and exporting while the import industry will remain static.
Yeah, I do agree to that. The government will partner with industries in economic development of the country. The approach will be that the facilitator and the regulator, the obstructive framework of the past have been dismantled and replaced with transparent and user-friendly system, which will also help to boost economy.
At last, I want to conclude that Make in India is opening investment doors. Multiple enterprises are adopting its mantra. The world's largest democracy is well on its way to becoming the world's most powerful economy. Thank you.
So thank you, group one. Now you see you what you did was you were connecting with each other. You said I'll add more points. If you see your time has now almost doubled what you did in group one, right? Almost it has reached somewhere around 11, 12 minutes. And we started at somewhere 10 39, 10:40. It's almost 10:50 is what I'm saying. So I hope you have practically been able to see how you progressed, right? So that's what I was trying to help you with, because you are quick learners, so you could implement it exactly in the next few minutes. You could work it out, and this was very excellent where you took each other's name and you said, I really agree to his point or her point, and now I also want to add my opinion. This is what would happen in the actual group discussion as well, and you adapted quite fast. Okay, that's appreciated. That's really appreciated that you adapted. That was a huge change that you brought from your group discussion 1 to group discussion 2. The beginning was also very nice. You know, you linked economy and you linked the Make in India concept, and you talked about it. This was exceptionally done well. A very good transition that happened. Right, so group 2 and 3. Group 2 and 3, do we have some feedback? See, had it been the language lab or the classroom, I would have bought along a little bottle of gems and I would have given everybody a chocolate or a gems for every feedback given. Here, virtually, I cannot do that. You people have started giving feedback. Somebody would have told, madam, Google Pay is there. You can virtually not give the chocolate, but you can give the amount. Thank you. Nobody remembered that. Okay, I'm saved from that part now.
Ma'am, courier that chocolates to us. It will be okay instead of giving cash.
That's what I'm saying. You could have told me that, madam, you can do Google Pay. We'll buy the chocolate. But nobody recollected. Now somebody is saying Paytm, please, but you have lost the chance. See, why am I insisting on the feedback part as well? On a serious note, moving back from the lighter note to the serious notes. Thank you for accepting all the online payments, but I have limited internet and I have to take so many classes. Right. Why do I wish you take the feedback part as well? Because even if you are giving somebody a negative feedback, we need to learn how to form that sentence and give the feedback in such a way that you also pass on the message of your feedback and the other person does not feel bad. Okay, see, most of us, we would be talking about what's written in the book, what's written in the theory, but actually when it happens in the real sense, in real time, when it happens, we are actually out of words or vocabulary. That's why I'm pressing on people giving feedback, good, bad, whatever few words you can speak. Let's say a very simple example, all of us would have gone through. You are invited for dinner at a family member's place, extended family, like uncles, aunts, somebody, and then you are served a very weird dish. What do? You have to eat it, right? You cannot give a feedback there. But there are some smart people who also give a feedback that, like, excellent dish, but I think there's something which I have never tasted before. That's a feedback. Okay, that it's not good. Maybe you need a change. You can also give a suggestion like, why don't you check out this cool kid? He's got a nice YouTube channel called Cooking Shooking. Excellent kid, stepwise. We'll give you lots more ideas for your dish you made. Nice dish, but you can upgrade it. You can look at his plating style. You're trying to tell or pass an information slowly that so you need to see more YouTube videos before you experiment more. Right? That's why I'm pressing on people to give the feedback so that we have enough vocabulary with us. And what better than practice? College students keep on telling us, madam, practicals are not there. Now see, one teacher here is dying to give a practical for feedback and you don't want to take it. Right? So that's why please at least have a few words. You cannot always say, well done, or I'd like to pat your back for this. Try to find more words, right? Now let's move on to group number 2. I'll shift the slide and so that we can have your topic. Should national anthem be played in cinema halls? I know they are closed right now and we are all dependent on Netflix and Amazon Prime and whatnot, Hotstar, Disney. But still, a faint experience that we had in the little past, that should we have the national anthem being played in the cinema hall, and what do you think is the logic or the reason behind it? Right, so group number 2, whenever you are ready, you may announce and you may start.
Good morning, everyone. Can I start the group discussion?
Hello, good morning. Dhruv, if you don't mind, can I start the group discussion?
Yes, you can, please.
Good good morning everyone. Today we have a nice patriotism topic. Should national anthem be played in the cinema halls? Uh, yes, yes, people of India are respected people. Respect are in their nerves, and respect for the nation is damn good. So yes, national anthem should be played in cinema hall because we know that if we had a national feeling, then we have to salute those people who have taken this prestigious step which ignite the national feeling.
National anthem is being played at many theaters. Supreme Court has now made it mandatory for all the theaters. The move has not gone well down, so no move can appease all. There will always be some who oppose. Supreme Court must have considered squarely before pronouncing such compulsion.
These days, national anthem is being played almost in all theaters before the movie starts. I don't know if you all know the main reason behind it. In some place of India, while the movie was going on, in the particular scenes there was a national anthem being played. In the whole theater was only one man who stand up in respect to our country. The rest of them were just involved in the scene. So that person filed a case in the court regarding this issue, and the court has made the mandatory the play national anthem before starting any movie.
If the national anthem is being played before a movie start, then why not a national anthem before like a flight takes off, a train journey, at a workplace? A national anthem is a very patriotic feeling. There are places where it should be sung like parade grounds, schools, but not in cinema houses. When a national anthem is played, then what we do? Should next have a national feelings like march past, national games, flag hosting an NGO which makes an effort for better India. But in a movie house, there nothing to do with a patriotic feel.
From my side, my opinion about national anthem should be played in cinema or not. So it should be. I know that you are thinking what's wrong in when it's showing how proud Indians are national anthem, but national anthem is national anthem. It is not any party song. This which peoples enjoy, and we can't force anyone to stand. And if anyone to stand to burn and not standing, so it will be a reason for flight in whole. But that people came there here to enjoy their day, so it should not be played in cinema hall.
But normally
Patriotism,
what
patriotism comes out of love and respect for one's nation, and that cannot be force-fed to anyone just by making them stand up while the national anthem plays and the national flag is on the view. Patriotism is a feeling that should come from within us and not from being told frequently that every time you go to watch movie, you must revive your patriotism.
but normal.
Yes, Dhruv, I appreciate you. And patriotism comes out of love and respect for one's, one's nation, and that cannot be forced fed to anyone just by making them stand up while the national anthem plays and the national flag is on view. Patriotism is a feeling that should become our within us, and not from being told frequently that every time you go to watch movie you must review your patriotism.
But normally, what happens is that the younger generation does not get to learn the importance of the national anthem because such things are normally not discussed in the family. So many youngsters come to see the movie, and if they see people standing up whenever it is played, it will definitely instill a sense of pride and respect in them. Moreover, there are foreigner tourism that came to these cinema halls. Seeing so many people standing up to anthem would obviously send a good impression of Indians, according to me.
But in schools, in morning assembly, every time national anthem is being sung, so they must have been known the importance of it.
I I agree with there. Playing national anthem like a cinema host will only downgrade the importance or the patriotic feeling in our in our heart for the nation.
Also, RSS people beats the humility a man confined to wheelchair because he didn't stand up to the national anthem and the PIL, which failed for this reason. But the Supreme Court decided to go easy on the real issue and give their own turn by making mandatory with strict rules. There are issues that need strict rule like not humiliating anyone the way the man was, but unfortunately it comes down the force feeding, something that isn't required.
As one of the friends said that the national anthems are played in the schools, but if the child is about 4 to 5 years, is he going to learn the national anthem? Then if we going to with our parents for theaters, he can learn that when the national anthem played, we have to stand and respect.
Phase, I agree with you, but cinema halls aren't a place for learn for children already. We have schools which plays national anthem for us to learn.
Also,
Yeah, but
cinema halls
yeah,
for an entertaining purpose, not for teaching and educating.
we are not preaching. We are just understanding that. What if the child is about 3 or 4 years? He is not going to school.
Face. Imagine the national anthem, the most scaled tune of the nation, played before the double meaning comedies cracking vulgar jokes and playing songs like All Night, Besar Mickey Night. There are most formal place for national anthem to be played in a cinema hall than a cinema hall.
But they are not singing with the movie song. They are singing separately after the movie over.
I agree with you there first, but national should be played on specific environment and specific places to not to disrespect accidentally the national anthem. In the cinema halls are enough.
Force,
Face
forcing citizens
forcing
to
ci-
love their country resembles monarchy, and this is democracy.
and and the words of Ravindranath Tagore that I will never allow patriotism to defeat our humanity as long as I live stresses that nepotism shouldn't be an obligation.
Yes, I will agree. But we are not have to force. We have to try that they can learn uh, at the time of national anthem. We should stand and respect the national anthem. We should not force these people. Please stand. Please stand. But we at least give them idea at the moment of national anthem. We should stand.
In my opinion, the national anthem should be played in cinema hall. It's very important in our life because when we live our life at that time, soldiers play their duty, and because of soldiers, we live tension free. It's only 52 seconds standing, so it did anyone. After 52 seconds, we did not stand. We only sit in the cinema halls. So it's useful to our health because first we stand, then we sit 3 hours. So it's okay. Instead of listening, we sang a national anthem.
Vasu, I appreciate you, but there is no mention in the constitution that people should stand up while the national anthem is being played.
Also, why only cinema halls? Then why can't you play national anthem in bus stands, airports, and all these places like that, public places?
Standing up for
Last,
national
I
anthem is
conclude on the
okay.
to the continue, please.
I was saying that standing up for national anthem is not a issue. It's about the respect that we have for our national anthem. It should be not be played everywhere or anytime. It's
At last, I conclude the session with there is no guarantee that listening to national anthem frequently will instilling the sense of patriotism. When the something is forced, when tend to lose respect for the it nationalism is something that should be felt with all our hearts. It shouldn't be forced. Thank you.
Excellent group number 2. Almost 17-18 minutes is what I can see here. So I feel that you have been absorbing whatever has been told you, and whatever you discussed was also very good. And you skipped from one person to another, and you took strings of conversation from the other person as well. So excellently and exceptionally well done. So information also provided was really nice. So group 1 and 3, do we have any feedback? Group 1 and 3, do we have any feedback? Okay. Now let's have group 3 with their group discussion. I'll change the slide. They're going to talk about what we are doing currently. Thank you, Mahek, for the feedback. Right. Group number 3, you may start your discussion for topic 2 whenever you are ready. Group 3.
Okay, good morning, everybody. So our topic is online education, a new normal. So from the beginning, I want to start the session with some few notes that we are going to observe a country with this topic, that we have to make a perspective within our country, and we can say that there is lots of lots of families like upper class, higher upper class, middle class peoples, and poor peoples. So we have to take a overview of every situation and every family from over the India, and we can start the conversation on that. And I would like to ignite the session with the small question: what is online learning? And I would like to ask Vishwaraj, what is your opinion on that? Vishwaraj.
Online learning can generally be defined as academic material, classes, coursework delivered via the internet. How do online courses work? Manthan, your views on this?
Online courses are available through on institute virtual learning environment. All coursework, including discussion, tests, and assignments, is completed electronically. Simple login through a web browser. Click on the course link and you're in class. Is online learning effective? Hybrid. What's your opinion on or view on this?
Yes, Manthan. Online learning is more effective and it is more widespread than you might think. All over the world, the people are taking online classes during this pandemic. And according to the Bobson survey research group, almost 30% of are taking some courses online. Might think, and two-thirds of all academic leaders consider a critical component in their long-term education. From the standard 1 to standard 12, each and everybody are taking some of either the online classes in any form. So I would like to ask Aditya some of the positive sides on online learning. Aditya, can you share some of the positive sides?
Yes, of course. In positive sides, online learning gives you the freedom to learn anything from anywhere beyond the geographical boundaries. No more hassles of long commutes, relocation, or even a visa interview for that dream certification of yours. The internet provides you with wide access to never before knowledge repositories. Sail through the ocean of textual contents or learn using self explanatory animations or videos at minimal to no cost. Want to get ready for your next full time career or side job as a trainer, teacher, etc. Now, Nirav, can you explain the negative sides of online learning? What is your opinion on that?
Yes, Aditya. I think other than upper middle class and rich families, poor families and lower class people cannot afford new device in this financial condition. The middle class families do have to take new broadcast connection for children while also paying full tuition fees on a institution.
I am adding one more point. In online classes, small children of kindergarten or primary schools do have not understand how to learn, and so one parent should have to be there, and children are attending online class.
Yes, Vatsal, I agree with you, but I would to like again add points. Student also lack self-confidence and social interaction skills. Online student feedback is limited and e-learning requires strong self-motivation and management skills. Teaching prevention during online assignment is complicated.
Okay, so now I would like to add one more thing, that online instructors tends to focus on theory rather than practical, and e-learning is limited to certain discipline that we cannot do a practical thing in our house. Practical equipment are not there, which is there in laboratories right now. So one of the conclusion would be like that we cannot conclude our discussion in such a small spectrum. There is such much more than the unseen and untouched by us, and also the topic has so much debatable opinions that we cannot conclude. So I would like to ask everyone in the session and in the classroom right now that uh, share some views on this topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you, group number 3. Again, it was nice that you had a little interaction and the time also has increased. So, group 1 and 2, do we have any feedback for them? Okay, it was nice to see that you looked at the positives as well as the negative sides of online education and how online education can help and what are the distractions that it has there. Little more time if you can increase would be a greater idea, but compared to topic 1 discussion, you have quite lengthened it and quite performed it well, right? So this is what and how group discussion is all about. The more we practice, the more we become better. So as of now, what we will be doing is, because we are limited to a few hours, if we have more spare time in the sense, if we complete other practical works and we still have lab sessions, then we'll move on and we'll also do more practice on it. From your side, I have already had a look in the interview questions that you were to form. So some of you have formed it, some of you have answered it, but there are still questions pending. Make sure you finish it by the end of this week. By the end of the week, we will know which group is going to or which panel is going to interview which person in the next lab session. Remember, in the next lab session, we're supposed to interview. So every panel will be allocated 3 students whom they will interview. Okay, so the interview could be of different posts. So before we start the interview, one of the panelists will tell us for which post you are interviewing, right? Let's say you are interviewing for the post of a professor, you are interviewing for the post of a junior manager, you are interviewing for the post of a web designer. Okay, and remember, everybody, you can go through all the questions. The questions that every panel needs to pick is from the list that we are preparing. Okay, it's going to be from the list that we are preparing. You can pick up any 5 6 questions. Remember, because there are 3 panelists, so let's say 1 or 2 questions from each panelist for each candidate, right? So the list, who is going to interview whom, which panel is going to interview which student, will be added in the same list as sheet number 3. Right now we have sheet 1 and 2. By Saturday, I'll add a sheet 3 where you will have the panel number and the students that that panel is going to interview. Okay, I hope I'm making myself clear. So that's why I'm asking you to complete this interview panel question and answer by the end of the week. I hope I'm making myself clear. So if things are clear, then I can move on and take your attendance. Because this was a practice session for group discussion, we do not have any quiz with it over here. We've already taken the quiz for group discussion. You have already attempted your quiz. Okay, so we don't have any quiz here because we are practically performing the group discussion. Just give me a minute. I'll take the attendance. I'll open the file and take the attendance. Okay, for attendance, enrollment number 2, 5, 8, 9, 10, 12, 16, 17, 19, 24, 25, 26, 29, 31, 34, 35, 38, 44, 46. Okay, only one person is absent, that's Ravi, but enrollment number 9. Fine. So your task of for this week is you complete the interview question so we can have a mock interview where we can have experience from both sides of the table. Right? I hope we don't have any doubts regarding group discussion as of now. Do not worry. If you come across students, seniors who have gone through this phase of group discussion and they have a topic which you found very interesting, you can always let me know and we might arrange one more session for group discussion. Okay, don't worry about that part. If you have come across some interesting topic and you feel that this is quite an interesting topic, what could be the different views or how would we tackle if we have some topic like this, right? The way I gave you an example of a blank A4 size paper. So if you come across any such topics from your seniors, you can always let me know and we can do that discussion in our lab session so that we have more practice over such unknown kind of topics or unexplored kind of topics. Fine. Thank you, class. Have a nice day.